All right, and now again, trust me, I know it's hot. I'm in a shirt and tie. We don't have central air in here yet. The fans are going, but I apologize for that. And because of that, I'm not going to keep you long. I trust. I'm going to talk a little fast. If I go too fast, that's what the recording's for. You guys can watch it later. If you want to ask me questions, we can do questions afterwards, but I want to get majority of this information out. It's going on its own. PowerPoint has a mind of its own this morning. I am Darrell Ramsey, principal at Eastwood. I've been here since December 2018. My education career has taken me from North Carolina to New Jersey, now to California. So as I get to know you guys, you can ask me any of those questions. I can tell you my journey. I started teaching in kindergarten. So the beginning is where I love. And everybody's like, well, you? Yes, me. I was a kindergarten teacher. I also taught 3 years in preschool. So this was all I knew when I started teaching. You guys, the young ones, and I absolutely love it. And I still to this day. Now, I started in 2004, so it's almost 20 years. I can't believe that. My goodness. I still love education. I'm still here to help support learning, and I love what I do. So I'm here as a support. I'm here as a real person that understands where your child is and where you guys are. I have a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old. So my daughter will be starting kindergarten next fall. So y'all pray for me if you pray, because I feel like I just had her. But anyway, enough of me. Let's jump back 2 slides, and so we'll go. Welcome to Eastwood, TK in kindergarten. Our curriculum resources for language arts is called, the books we use is called Benchmark Advance. For math is, I can never say this correctly, Hewitt Mifflin Expressions. We also are moving into what we call Cognitively Guided Instruction, or CGI. That is 3 initials that you might hear more about. I'll leave that for the teachers to explain as the year goes on. Jump back one more time for me. Science, we have Project Lead the Way and Mystery Science. Those are the 2 pretty much programs we use to cover our science instruction. Social Studies is Studies Weekly, and additional things that we need to teach. Social Emotional Learning, we have Technology, PE, Music, Art, Health, and PBIS is our focus on our culture for the school, how we interact with one another. We have 3 rules at Eastwood, all by kindergarten TK students. Let me see your eyes real quick. We have just 3 simple rules at Eastwood. I'm going to say them, and I want you to repeat after me. Say, be safe, be respectful, and be responsible. Now parents, repeat after me. We have 3 rules at Eastwood. Be safe, be respectful, be responsible. And I think pretty much everything will fall under those 3 rules. So those are our big 3, we call them here at Eastwood. You hear them now, you hear them all the time. Get to know them. Those are the real 3. Remember, be safe, be respectful, be responsible. Report cards. Yes, your child, even though they're young, will be getting a report card. We have a standards-based report card that reflects your child's progress throughout the year. We have 3 trimesters, so you'll get a report card 3 times throughout the year. We also have progress reports, so you'll get them in between times. Your teachers will give you more details on that as the year gets underway. Homework. Yes, there is time for homework. Now trust me, we're not giving you 3 hours of homework a night. We're not saying they need to be like studying for the SATs or the LSATs or anything like that, but they do need to kind of go over some things at home to kind of reinforce what they learn during the day. So we ask that you please find a quiet place and set a time to complete their homework each day. Even if it's just reading with them. If say, oh, I don't have to do any writing, set a nice time where we say each day, this is our workplace at home. Again, behavior expectations, their student handbook will be online. That's eastwoodelen.org. You can find a handbook there. We have 7 C's that we kind of base on our report card for behavior. It's our community, communication, cooperation, collaboration, critical thinking, creativity, and character. And the teachers like to use Class Dojo. They're like, what's that monster ninja over there on the side? That's a way to communicate with you guys. They can give you direct feedback. Also, I believe it's like you can text teachers like from the app. So it's not their phone number, but it's through the app. So if you want, teachers will have information for how you can sign up for Class Dojo, and that's a good tool to use throughout the year. Arrival and dismissal. School begins at 8 o'clock. So students, look at your parents. This is for them. School starts at 8 o'clock. Our gates open at 7:45. So you can drop your students off and they can be in campus lined up. The bell rings at 8. If they're not in line, they are considered late. I know a lot of families in the past, they're like, well, they were going through the gate when the bell rung. And unfortunately, that's considered late because school is starting and they should already be prepared. So we ask that the gates open at 7:45. That's a 15-minute window where you can get them to campus. And we ask that you try to get him in punctually each day so their learning experience can be fantastic. Dismissal is a little tricky if you have never been in our district before. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, we will dismiss at 2:17. Every Wednesday, everybody say Wednesday, we dismiss at 12:45. That's what we call a minimum day. And if you ever have any other days where we say this is a minimum day, it will be dismissal at 12:45. So everybody got that? Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, 2:17. Wednesdays at 12:45. Now that you got that, let me throw a curveball at you. Next slide. Because for TK and Kinder, for the first 10 days of school, that schedule doesn't apply. I see people taking pictures. I will be emailing this to you, so you will have a copy. We'll post it on the website. We have printed copies for you guys to have. I have a couple of seats if you don't mind joining me in the front, or I can bring them to the back. We won't shame you for being late. You're good. We're glad you're here. We're glad you're here. Oh, this is my friend. I've met her. Her kids played in the playground last year, the parking lot, and now they're coming to be our students. So thank you guys for coming. So, let me go over this, because like I just said Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and then Wednesday. For the first 10 days of school, because we have like some trainings for teachers and some special things, here is the schedule. First day of school, dismissal will be at 12:45. Friday, dismissal will be at 11 o'clock in the morning. Going to the next week, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, 11 o'clock dismissal. Wednesday, 12:45. Some of the faces are like, what is going on? Monday and Tuesday the following week, 11 o'clock dismissal. And Wednesday, 12:45. Yes, Ms. Henderson?
The 11 o'clock dismissal time is only for TK and K. If you have an older child at our school, they'll be getting out at 2:17.
Yeah.
But it's only the first
So
10 days.
just TK Kinder. Again, this is a very special, confusing, weird gift that we're giving you as you enter Eastwood. But trust, all the schools in the district are following this schedule. So we're not just doing this specially to make your lives miserable. This is something we are all going through together. Again, we have printed copies of this. Well, did I see some on there under the computer? Okay, so everyone can get a physical copy before you leave today. I will email this so you have a digital copy, and if you took pictures, that's great. If you have questions about this, we can talk about this after I'm done. Next slide. Oh, well, you know what? Before I get to lunch, when I talk about dismissal, so I talked about all of that, but I didn't even say where. You guys are new. The front of the school is a main gate. That's where our kindergarten TK students can be dropped off. Because we are considered a closed campus, meaning that parents aren't on campus for the drop-off or pickup, you can leave them in the front. We will have staff that receive students. We have staff that will be inside to kind of direct them where to go. Good thing is there are 2 classrooms for kinder are right in the front. Our TK is right in the front as well. Amos will, all 4 classrooms are right here in the front. So they walk in the gate and they find their number. The teacher picks them up from there. For dismissal, if you see the playground, there's a gate. We open up the gate at the playground. So you don't have to worry about trying to find them with the rest of the students. They get picked up right at the playground. And there's the sidewalk that runs alongside of that. That's where you can receive your students at the end of the day. Lunch. Well, thanks to the state of California, all students can now have a free lunch without even having to apply. We used to have the application and do all that. Now lunch can be free to all. People say, what about breakfast? We don't have breakfast before school. We call it snack, and we do that right around 10:20, 10:30. Again, that is still the breakfast option, and then a lunch option comes later. If you have a student that says, hey, they're a real picky eater, they don't want to do that, you can pack their lunch, you can pack their snack. If they have allergies, you want to let us know about that, we can make accommodations for all of that. But if you say, hey, I'm not preparing, I want them to eat in school, they can get their lunch or their breakfast/snack here at school every day. Now with that little crazy schedule that I just showed, they will get lunch fed before they leave at 11. So 10:30 to 10:55 will be their window for recess lunch. They'll get their food for the day, and then they will be dismissed. Okay, I leave anything out on the snack, lunch, teachers? Anything? Yes, Ms. Henderson?
If they just want to drink, they'll have to pay.
Thank you. I did have a note. If you just say you want a child just wants juice, they kind of have to pay for that. But if then they get the whole meal, they can get juice and more for free. So, hint, you guys just tell them to get the lunch, or you can always put money on their account and say you're sending stuff and you just want them to buy juice a couple times a week. That's fine too. But just know if they get the whole meal, it can be at no cost to them. But if they want to pick a la carte, they will charge them that way. Back up one, please. Parent volunteers. So we are happy to have you guys be a part of our community, not just as dropping your students off, but be a part of the experience. We are still waiting for details on what it will look like for students and parents during the school day. Because of COVID, it's still a thing. I gotta do contact tracing and all of that. We're not sure what it will look like for parents to volunteer. We used to have room parents. I don't want to say room moms because there's some dads that might want to help out, so I say room parents. But again, we will get you guys more details as I get the clarity about that. But we do ask that if you say, I want to volunteer, we'll need you to sign up in the office. We got to submit your name to the district just as a roster and approval. And then we would need you to sign in each day that you come to volunteer. We also ask that a regular commitment would be helpful. Not going to say you have to commit for the entire year, but if you can be a reoccurring person that we can depend on, that would be very helpful. And the teachers, once you get assigned, they'll give you guys more details as the year gets going. Let's go to the next one. I think I saw birthday. Was that next? How many people have a birthday in the month of August? One in the back, I see you. What's your birthday? Mom, you might have to speak because I can't hear. 0822. Well, your birthday was, what's today's date?
Today.
Is that today?
No, 22.
Oh, 22. I was about to say, well, you said 22. I'm thinking of the year. And I was like, is today his birthday? Well, August 22nd, coming up soon. We want to celebrate everyone, but also understand there has been some rules that have been put in place. And so I don't want to be the Grinch right now, but we don't do birthday parties, unfortunately. You can't bring cupcakes and juices and all those nice things that we used to be able to do for safety reasons. We also ask that if you could donate a book to the class on the birthday, that way the book can be read to the class and then be a part of the classroom library moving forward. That's a nice way to kind of celebrate it. Do you guys do the little crowns or the badge? So there's some things that the teachers do to celebrate and honor them, but we don't do specific parties, and there's a lot of reasons of why, and I can get to the details about that later, but please do not send your students with 24 cupcakes, because they'll be coming to the office for me to eat. No, I'll send them back home with you guys. Ice pops, cookies, all those things. We appreciate the support, but we are under some rules where we're not following that at this time. So again, birthdays will be great. We will celebrate and make them special. If they are here. I also understand some people, aren't coming to school on their birthday, and I get that too. My birthday's January 1st, if you guys want to know. You all will celebrate with me. It's the New Year's. Communication, these are the emails. Again, I will send this out as well. Ms. Van Harneveld, like I introduced, she is our, wait a minute. She's our TK teacher. That is her email address. Ms. Wooldridge, she is our academic support teacher. That's her email address. Our two kinder teachers, Ms. Vela and Ms. Henderson, that's their email address. This is my email address, and our school secretary, she's down there as well. So that is like my spiel, 15 minutes. Now we can turn all this off because this light is killing me. It's 10:50. This is kind of what I wanted to do. You can turn it off. Just close it. There. Thank God. Get the light out my face. Now it's back on. Just want to. Is there any burning questions? I know this is new. Some of you guys might be new to Eastwood. Some of you might be reoccurring families, and that's great too. Is there any burning questions that I can popcorn out real quick and answer?
Just bus service for
Good question. Bus service for TK. Walk me to the office. We'll discuss Because at first we were told no, but now it's seeming like we might. I have to get final confirmation because my secretary has been going back and forth. But if your students are going to ride the bus, our bus drops them off in the back of the school by the back playground. And then they can be walked up. We have staff that walk them up. And then at the end of the day, they pick them up by their classroom and walk them to the bus. So if a student is riding a bus in our TK Kinder first grade, they get escorted by staff. But again, specific for TK, come with me afterwards. We'll go to the office and I'll get you that answer. Is there, hold on 1 second, Ms. Emerson. Yes, ma'am.
Has the SAC program been established?
Very good question. And if you guys don't even know what SAC is, that's school-age child care. When COVID hit, we lost our staffing. And since then, they have not been able to secure hiring those people back. Some people have taken new jobs and so forth and so on. So to start the year, I've been told we are going to have care before and after school. It just will be under a different program name. It's called Beyond the Walls. It's what we use for our summer program to have students have extended care after we dismissed. That's going for board approval tonight. So once it's approved, I mean, I would say, hey, they told me we have it, but you still have to go through that process. We will be sending out information. I don't know if it's going to be tonight or first thing tomorrow morning to families letting them know this is the program, this is the hours. They told me they will have before school care from 6 to 8, and they will have after school care from dismissal to about 5:30.
Will the people that signed up for SAC then have to reapply for Beyond?
I believe you do not, because they have a list of all those that have applied before, made deposits before, have been reaching out. I've been told they have that list, and so they should be contacting you. But again, I'll be following up after I get the board approval tonight to make sure, because I told them we have some families that say if we don't get that, they can't attend Eastwood.
Yeah.
Or they have work and they really need that. So that's been a priority, and we've been pushing since February, but I'm glad that we now have this option. Okay? Yes.
What safety or COVID safety protocols does the TK classroom have in place?
Very good question. She said what safety protocols are in place. So we follow the LA County directives, and so they have told us for school, mask mandate is strongly recommended. It's not mandated. We will have masks. We have child-sized masks. So if you send them to school and they lose one, we can always give them a replacement. We provide the COVID test for people that can test. If there's close contact, which is considered 6 feet for more than 15 minutes in one day, there's a protocol for that. And I don't want to bore everyone with that right now, but there is contact tracing and the emails I got to send out, and how do you quarantine if they're not vaccinated, if they are vaccinated, when they can return to school, things like that. That gets really laborious, and I don't want to bog you down on orientation day, but I will be sending information out about that. Yes, ma'am.
I guess this follow-up to that one is, I guess I wanted to know in particular for the classrooms, like
Yes.
TK classrooms, because I don't think they know what personal space is.
Sure. So we'll be teaching that, because the same with kinder. Some of our kinders have never been to school before either. So we have their areas. We teach them about personal space. Again, in the classroom, it's spreading out as to the extent possible. But we also understand when you're sitting at a desk, you're within 6 feet. So you can't always do that. But again, the personal space, that's something that we teach. And I'm sure Ms. Van Hardenfeld and the kinder teacher can tell you, like, hands to yourself, bodies to yourself, personal space, sitting on your square, sitting in your chair. Those things that we have to teach every day, even before COVID. And so it's just an extra layer. Also, the frequency of hand washing, like using the bathroom, but just hand washing when you come in the classroom, hand sanitizers, making sure our hands are clean and, not spreading germs that way. Also, the extra layer of monkeypox that's going around. So, it's like one thing that we have to just teach our students to be mindful of health and our concerns. And some of that starts with us just make sure we keep our body to ourselves. And again, that's a good lesson that I think we all can take from kinder moving on up. Yes, ma'am.
The academic assistance classes?
Yes, ma'am.
Is their drop-off and pickup different?
No, same. Same. The
Our
only...
teacher and aide will be out there?
Correct. That is the difference with them. They have a teacher and an aide. And also, many of those students catch the bus, and they catch a separate bus. So they have people that walk them to the bus and receive them from the bus. A couple that get dropped off in the morning, they just come in with the rest, and we have staffing that can receive them and walk them to their line.
Okay, so then we'll be there to take their hands.
Yes, yes.
And we're allowed to walk them out to the team, correct?
First, because campus is closed, we have staff already outside that we will receive them from you outside and walk them in.
That's fine. I just
Yes.
want to make sure there's someone there.
Yes, so especially for those students, if you have some concerns, don't release them until you see an adult.
Okay.
I'll be out there. We also get district help first couple days of school. Other staff members, like our supervision aides, they're there for that specific reason. So we can make sure we have you covered. Okay, yes ma'am.
As far as the free lunch,
Mhm.
how do we get an idea of what that looks like for our picky eaters? Is there like a calendar or something that goes out, or?
So every month, Nutrition Services sends us an email. A lot of times it can be posted on the website. When we get it, we can send it out so that you know, okay, I got a picky eater. It
Right.
might be good on
This
Thursdays
day,
and
but not that
Fridays.
day, right, correct,
So we'll make
okay.
sure you get that calendar. If we ever drop the ball, just shoot us an email or give us a call and we can get it to you.
Perfect.
Okay? Ms. Henderson, you're going to say something? I'll get to you.
First of all, if your child is looking to be a bus rider, we have this form up here.
Bus riders, we have a form right here.
But something that I forgot to have put on the slides is we'd like it if every child could have a backpack that's big enough to hold something like this without needing it to be folded.
Okay.
But please do not bring toys to school.
We know they're still young, but yes, please no toys. No toys. Wait,
We
I'll get to you in a second.
We also ask that their name be on or inside the backpack so we know whose it is. And also when the weather starts getting cold, sweaters can be worn. If the name can be inside that, that really helps. And also water bottles.
Yeah, water bottles are good. I mean, we have a refillable station now where if they bring their own water bottle, they can fill that up, or the aides can help them fill that up throughout the day.
But
And it's
please,
helpful.
only water in those. Because they do, you know, it happens, bottles get spilled, but when it's Gatorade, it makes a
Makes
bigger
a mess.
mess.
Thank you, Ms. Henderson.
Thank you.
Ms. Vella?
Just the same thing, names on water bottles and lunch.
She said lunch pails, water bottles, make sure you have your student's name on them. There are a lot of duplicates, and I'm looking right now. I should probably take a picture, not pointing at you, sir, but right behind you you see hangers. That's our lost and found. That'll probably be the last day you see it looking just like that until next summer. A lot of shirts, a lot of bags, a lot of bottles get left, and so that gets pretty full. But I do like it when it looks like that, because that means everyone has their things. Yes, Ms. Van Hardyfeld.
TK, we need a plastic zip up, or a large zip you can find with extra clothes, just in case.
Oh, yes.
It's good to have that. Make sure you label everything. Okay.
And even if they're potty trained, extra clothes just from spilling, paint, milk, juice, just, it happens. I taught it, trust me, I had a class that was fully potty trained, and they still would destroy their clothes, like every day. So just, if we can send some extra, that is very true. Even for some of our kinders, that's very helpful. Yes.
For the meal calendar, you have to specifically ask for it, or does it automatically come?
No, we're looking to send it out. I said if you ever get to a month, like say September comes and you haven't received it yet, give us a call so we can follow up and make sure it gets out. Okay? PTA sends out a newsletter. They try to do it weekly in the beginning, then they kind of slide back to bi-weekly. We'll have a link to where they post those on that as well. So, I mean, we got a couple ways that we'll get the information to you. Okay? Any other questions on this side? Yes.
One last question. When should we expect the supplies list?
Supply list. So it's a good question. We have like the basics like crayons, markers, pencils, paper, notebooks, erasers, all that we already have in the classrooms. Supply. Teachers have some other special requests that they may make of the office. I will leave that up to the teachers if there's something additional that they want to send to you guys, and you can get it after class assignments come out. Speaking of which, let me just say that right quick. We have finished enrollment. There are still some that are enrolling for TK and Kinder still even as we speak. But we sent our initial list into the system. We will be now generating the class list, and you'll get an email or a text from me Tuesday night or Wednesday afternoon. It just depends on how much enrollment is finalized. We used to hang it on the fence. that really got problematic because people be camping out and then they be just poured in the fence and then, you know, it's a big deal. Now we send it to you. So you receive it on email, and if you have a phone number on file, you receive a text and it'll say your student, teacher, grade, and that'll be your assignment for the year. After the first day of school, we have like open house and things like that. The teacher will then be able to say, hey, this is maybe our class list. Because even though they're a team, they may have different needs. And the same with 1st through 5th. Each classroom might be a little different. One might be more paperless, so they don't need the extra paper. They might need the crayons. One might want stylus, or, you know, it just varies. One might want extra tissues or sand type. It varies. So we'll wait till you get your assignment, and if there is a list, teacher can share with you. Okay.
There's nothing that they need to bring first day of class.
First day, they just need to bring their bodies and their backpacks, lunch and water bottle. Yes, ma'am. Say that one more time. Back to school night, we will be letting you know, be within the first couple of weeks of school. We still haven't finalized the date yet, but I will tell you, it will be on a Wednesday in August. As soon as I get the exact date, we'll let you know. Okay? Any questions on this side? Yes? Say that one more time. Oh, good question. See how many absences are allowed throughout the year. And honestly, by the state of California, kindergarten, we can't really retain them because we had too many absences or anything like that. Just understand, after, say, 3 absences, you may get a generated letter from the school, and it just says, you know, you've been out 3 days, just reminding you, and like for the first 10 days, every time you miss 3 days in a row, you get a generated letter, just letting you know the importance of coming to school, things like that. If you are going to be absent, like say you guys are traveling or sick, just give the office a call, give us a note, and so we can make the notes, okay, they were out because they were out of the country. You know, you might be out for a week. You want to get 2 letters, but we know that you guys were out of the country. Or if you're sick, okay, doctor's note or just being ill, let us know so we can clear those absences. But again, if you get to like, let's say 10 absences, you might get a call from me. We'll have a little meeting. Say, we want your student in school, kindergarten, TK, this is the foundation, we really need you here. If you continue to be absent or even tardy, if you start being tardy like 4 days out the week, you get a call from me. And we have a little meeting and we discuss the importance of making sure your student comes to school on time. Hopefully, this room, we won't have that issue, right? I see parents saying no, please no one say yes, everyone say no. But again, we understand sickness and travel and things come up, but we do encourage regular attendance because that means your child is getting the most out of the educational experience. Okay? My friend, do you have a question as you watch a video on your mom's phone? Yes? What's your question? Can a pumpkin turn into a pie? I like sweet potato pie. Okay, we'll talk about that around October, around fall. We'll get into the pumpkins. Y'all heard that. We got to talk about pumpkins. Do they turn into pie? Yes, you have a question. Okay, let's check in. All right, it's hot. I'm starting to sweat. It's past 11, so I'm going to cut my spiel here. Thank you guys for coming today. PTA was outside. Please connect with them, talk to them. They are a great support. Teachers are here. You don't know who your teacher are, so we're not doing classroom visits or anything like that, but they do have the handouts on like the schedule and the bus application. So make sure you grab one of those if you need it. And then I'll be around if you want to come talk to me one-on-one and have questions. Again, thank you for coming. Welcome to Eastwood.